Shalom. I'll give all honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Bakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great wisdom who taught me this truth and sincerity, citations to so hopeful that expect the fragrance of the earth. This will be another day to bear entitled Praise to the Creator and Preserver. All right, and this is Psalms 33, verses 1 reads, Rejoice in the Lord, Yahweh, O you righteous, which means referring to the elect. For praise is comely for the upright. Okay. Praise the Lord with harp. Sing unto him with the psaltery and an instrument of 10 strings. Because these psalms are really songs, right? And David, when he was actually, praying, he had instruments, okay. He was singing these psalms. These songs are really meant to be sing, okay, with instruments. Sing unto him a new song, played skillfully with a loud noise. So this is going to this song, right, is a new song, right? So this is referring to Nuwan, right? The truth, okay? The word, right? And we're singing a new song. Many people can understand it, especially Christians, right? Revelation 14:3. Revelation 5:3 reads, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, referring to the Bible, and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to the Most High, which is Yahweh. So we were reconciled to Yahweh through Yahushua by the blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nations. And when you continue reading the 10th verse, it says, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we should reign on the earth. Okay. So Yahushua, that new song is what Yahushua is. He's coming, ultimately to deliver his elect. All right, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel, Yashua. Okay, and he's gonna make us kings and priests. All nations, all the 12 tribes, not all nations, all the 12 tribes will be kings and priests out of order after the order of Melchizedek. Okay. So we're gonna be ruling, right? That new song, part of that new song is rulership, right? The nation of Israel ruling the heathens, right? Esau, Edom going into slavery, right? The so-called white men, right, that's ruling this world now, right, going to slavery. That's a new song that many Christians and many of Jake of our own people can't understand. Okay, can't comprehend it. Okay, Revelation 14:3 reads, they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So only 144,000 can really learn this song, which is truth. Okay. Only the elect can understand this new song. So it's clear, it's written, right? So we don't expect Christians, right, that follow after Jesus. We won't expect our own people of the nation of Israel to understand this song that we're singing. Okay, they're their faith is still played skillfully with a loud noise. You know, and how do we play skillful with a loud noise? By you know studying and then bringing out and teaching. Okay, you know studying, teaching, and not being ignorant of the smallest thing. Understanding what each precept, what each book in the Bible means. And bringing it out through precepts upon precepts and line upon line with a loud noise. You know, exalting our voice. When we're teaching. Right, and all his works are done in truth. He loveth righteousness and judgment. The earth is full of the goodness of the Lord. By the word of the Lord were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them by the breath of his mouth. He gathered the waters of the sea together, as in heap he lays up the depths in storehouses. Let all the earth fear the Lord, let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. So yes, all the earth, meaning the nations, right? All the nation will fear the Lord, Yahweh, Wayahshah. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him, meaning what? All be amazed, be mesmerized of the Lord, the power of the Lord. For he spake and it was done, he commanded and it stood fast. Yeah, so Yahweh, you know, the Heavenly Father, he created the blueprint, all right, in his word, right, which is Yahweh Shah, you know, basically created, the Heavenly Father plans, right? The Lord bringing the counsel of the heathen to naught. The counsel of the heathen mean the plans of the heathen, right? To nothing. 10 verses says, Lord forsake the plans of the nations, and one of the devices that they trying to bring is this MOTP, okay, this mark of the beast system, this microchip, right? China already have it, right? But the one that China has, the reason why China has theirs, already, you know, being implemented is because their Neuralink, which is a brain chip, right, sits on the brain, right? So they have it's like a magnet to the brain. So it sits on the brain. It reads, you know, it is able to analyze, your basically your you know your brain, right? it has to basically be surgically, implemented in your brain. So this is why it hasn't been implemented yet. But and that MOTB, right, will require, which the Neuralink is the mark of the beast too. But the one that's you're gonna be able to buy the one that's Revelation 13 going to about buying and selling, unless you have the mark in your left hand or in your right hand. Okay, is the RFID, right? Chip, right? And that has to be surgically, implemented in your between your index finger and your thumb. Okay, so these technology, right? These devices that they're trying to they're creating is useless, because it's just gonna cause cancer. It's gonna cause people to die. It's imperfect. The reason why within that barcode of the MOTB, it has the number 666, right? The word six for the 666 basically means imperfection. Okay, the devil is imperfect, right? And as well, the Lord is allowing, um, the delegates of U.S. who trying to negotiate with Iran to not go as planned. Okay, Trump talking about he has the best negotiators. Speaking with Iran, and Iran is not buying that. Iran is not stupid. They're not going to just negotiate right after U.S. just bombed their entire land. Okay, and murder their people. Okay, the counsel of the Lord standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. So the plans of the Lord stands forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose most high, whose power is the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance, which is referring to the Israelites. So at the end of the day, right, the Israelites the Lord gonna show favor to his people. He's gonna show favor to the Israelites, starting with the elect. Okay, because his elect is what is saying that the Lord Yahweh Yahweh is our power, right? Not Jesus, okay, not Buddha, right? Not Allah, okay, not any other false gods, right? That the nations worship. Yahweh Yahweh is our power. The Lord looketh from heaven; he beholdeth all these sons of men. From the place of all the sons of men, referring to all the nations, okay. From the place of his habitation, he looks upon all the inhabitants of earth. He fashioned their hearts alike. He considered all the works. Right. So the Lord, he made the nation, every nation, have different spirits. Okay. Different ways of doing things. Okay. But the Lord, he know all the nations, all the nations, all the people, thinking while they do the things they do. Right. There's no king saved by the multitude of an host, right? A king is not saved by a multitude of a host, meaning an army. Okay. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. Okay. So a mighty man, your you know, bodybuilders, okay, gym, okay, holic, you know, they're not delivered by much strength, no matter how much weight they lift, okay. How many times they, take their body to the extreme, put their body under extreme pressure and hardness, okay, to gain, a bigger body mass. That doesn't mean they're gonna get delivered, you know, by their strength. Okay. And horse is a vain thing for safety, right? Because back in the day, in order to basically get where you need to go, you had to ride a horse, and the horse also was used to, fight, okay, in war, okay. So that's in these modern day horse is, you know, it could be your vehicles, it could be your tanks, okay. It could be military equipment, it could be, you know, you know, airplanes, etc. But these are vain things for safety. Neither should he deliver any by his great strength, right? So the horse, okay, your tanks, armor vehicles won't be able to deliver anyone, any of the wicked by their strength. Behold, the eye of the Lord is upon them that fear him, meaning the angel of the Lord, okay, is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive and family, right? Because the Lord said that, since you have kept the word of my peace, and I'll also keep you from the great tribulation that will come upon the whole world, right? And that while we are, you know, that's where we hope in His mercy goes into, right? Hoping that the Lord have mercy on us and keep us from the great tribulation that will come upon the world to try the whole world, which is that MOTB being made mandatory, okay, and to deliver us from death, okay, from the death of the wicked, right, which is nuclear, thermonuclear fire, right, and to keep us alive and famine, right, because in order to eat or to buy, right, you have to have that MOTB, right. Our soul waited for the Lord. He is our help and our ship. Okay, yeah, we're waiting. We're suffering patiently for the Lord to return, because He is our help in our ship. For our heart shall rejoice in Him, because we have trusted in His holy name. Let Thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in Thee. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna close here by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakodash, to the next conversation.